Welcome back, guys, to Trails of Cold Steel 2, where last episode we fought off the assault of Director Heidel's mech program with the A-Leaf style, returning command of the Rhineford Company to Chairman Irina as she showed up to take it forcefully. However, our day was not over as we moved to the fated confrontation between father and daughter as Marquise Rogner and Angelica dueled using Soldas, with Roer's participation in the war on the line. However, disregarding the results, Vulcan attacked inside a Goliath, calling Rean out for a battle. Now with the loss of a foe having shaken Rean, we have a free day in bonding awaiting us in town.
I guess the Eisengraf's pretty much stuck in Roer Station for the time being. Well, better stuck than under Alliance control, right? Now that I think about it, I never went and got what I left in there a while ago. Maybe we should grab it before it starts running again. She's left something inside the Eisengraf and we could go in the... Milliam's actually having some interesting stuff happen. I say it like Milliam can't have anything interesting happen at all. I guess it's because now after the first game where it didn't really feel like she was very well integrated with Class 7, but now she's just a stock member of Class 7. She's a bit more part of the group. Dad came home, finally! He was gone for so long, Mum was worried sick, and that means he's gonna have to get me a few toys to make up for it. Man, it feels good to finally get to come home. Celia and Todd are both doing okay too. What a relief. I guess I've got a lot of thank yous to make for all of this. You, your friends, Lady Angelica, are you all my deepest gratitude. Thank yous to make up for all of this, maybe? I don't know. My husband came home. The mine is finally free now. But yet, there's not a scratch on him. I could be more relieved. Helios, thank you so much. In this scenario, I'm Adios, but whatever. Oh, you're hanging out with Jackass, are you? Jackass is doing some maintenance on my orbital gun for me. With a name like that, I wasn't sure what to expect when Elisa introduced me to him. But he seems like he really knows his stuff. Just wish he had a bit more of a refined dandy ashore about him. Sort of like Gwyn, then he'd be more my type. The inside of your head must be a terrifying place to live. You have no idea, Rean. All kidding aside though, you should take this chance to make sure your gear is in good shape. There's no telling when you'll need to put it through some hard use, and it always pays to be prepared. Weapon maintenance with Sarah. Grandpa, how do I get good at hide and seek? What are you, stupid? I hide find places where people won't find you. That's what I mean. How do I find places where people won't find me? Kid's not wrong. Things might be getting back to usual around here, but I've got to look into a little something for old Gwyn. Both know there's something going on in the shadows of this war, but outside of that, we're both in the dark. Can't exactly leave Locobo and go looking into it right now, though. Gonna have to wait for things to settle down a bit. So something's going on with you, maybe, at some point? I want to get good and hide seat like Toddy is, but I don't know how to do that. And we give her... Fee will teach him the stealth ability. Voila. I've sorted all the problems yet again. Can't go out here. Who are you after, I wonder? I'm on my way back to the mansion. Try as I might to bring Lady Annabelle home, she's not having any of it. I'm so shocked by how much she's changed since I last saw her. She was never so selfish before. I don't know how I'm going to avoid telling her father about all of this. I told her that her fiancé, a young Mr. William Lakelord III, had gone missing, but she didn't seem to care. She simply looked me in the eyes and said, a real angler wouldn't die so easily. He'll be fine. She isn't the young lady I remember, that's for certain. What if he fished up a gigantic monster like she did? You've all done a remarkable job. Thanks to you, we were finally able to make our return to Roer. We'll be leaving a number of our officers at the station. Hopefully that will help stabilize things in this province, though there's no telling what the future may hold. Haven't seen you since, what, your last full study year? Good to see you again. Seems to me like you've all grown a lot since then. Force clearly taught you well. But you can leave the cleanup here to us. We'll do what we can to ensure the order is maintained. The city is so amazing that I almost can't take it all in. It's not so much a different city as it is a different world. Nothing is familiar. I know a lot of our classmates feel this way, but I grew up in such a rural area I can hardly believe what I'm looking at. Yeah, I felt the same the first time I was here. It's a far cry from you here, that's for sure. So while you're here, why not walk around, taking the sights? It's a bit intimidating, but there's lots to see. That sounds like a fun idea. And Rean, I know it's hard, but I hope things get better for you soon. Thanks, Emma. I hope so too. Maybe she'd appreciate a guy. Roer's a big place and all. How can I leave her behind? I'm so happy that Lynn was able to see her sister again. It sounds like they plan on working on the Courageous together too. I suppose that I'll need to work extra hard now that she's gone. Indeed you will. Nearly got the bottom floor done. Aren't you one of those 4 students? Thank you so much for all you've done. You've given the city its pride back. With all the factories they modified to produce weapons, we've still got some restoring to do. But that's for us to worry about, and we'll be happy to. Thank you again for bringing the city back to life. Who would have expected Her Highness Princess Alfin would grace our humble province with her presence? I'd heard that she was under the Alliance's control in Heimdall, but do old rumours matter at this point? What matters is that she's out of the capital and free now. She's the hope of every single Erebonian. So what's up, Eustace? I'll be heading out shopping soon. From our perspective, causing one of the four great houses to withdraw from the war is a momentous achievement. But for my brothers, it's likely all within the realm of expectation. I doubt we've caused him a moment's hesitation. The only thing it's done is reclassify us as more of a threat, so we'll need to be more careful than ever as we fly around. Yikes, yeah, didn't even think about that. Still, I would not advise becoming so cautious that we're unable to get anything done. Let's fall for another time. Right now, you should focus on taking some time to unwind. I think I will, thanks, Eustace. First thing that wouldn't be so bad, but maybe I should join him in his shopping. Everyone's going shopping. Shopping, shopping, shopping. Shopping. Can I join you? Honestly, shopping for supplies sounds like it could relieve stress just as well as an app. Do what you will. My first stop is RF Arms. We're going shopping with Eustace. Technically, it is the best time to go shopping, yeah. Are you really going to use all these whetstones on your sword? And how much reinforcing tape does that hilt need? Better be too well prepared than found wanting in a pinch, particularly with the future as uncertain as it is. I would expect my father is already aware of what happened here in Nortia. Knowing him, he's probably already preparing to retaliate. Maybe you're right, especially with him working on a soldat like these for his own personal use. Which is why we prepare ourselves as best we can for whatever lies ahead. Speaking of, I still have a number of other things to buy, including a book that the war managed to delay. Come, we're going to the general store. Okay, sure. It's starting to pick up a lot, though. Think we're going to be able to carry all this back to the ship? We aren't doing anything. You are. What? Hurry and take this to the counter. We don't have all day. Oi! I think my arms are starting to go dead. How do you end up getting me to carry all of this for you? I mean, I guess I could have said no, but still. Come now. You wouldn't make me waste my strength on such a heavy load, would you? Besides, given all of the time you spend assisting the student council, I'd imagine you're used to menial tasks like this. Just pretend I'm Toa. I doubt you ever give her any guff, no? Damn. There's a mental image I wasn't prepared for. Better that than leaving your mind free to focus on burdens you need not shoulder. Come along now. Wait, is he trying to keep me busy so I didn't have time to think about what happened yesterday? It's really nice of him, in a cold, off-putting, useless sort of way. But even so, I'm grateful. Reinvigorated by Eustace's awkward show of kindness, Rean carried his baggage from shop to shop without a single word of complaint. The two spent a long time in each shop they visited, scanning the shelves and putting more and more onto poor Rean's pile. While the experience was exhausting, it did indeed take his mind off of his worries. I get what he's trying to do, but I don't know how much more on this my arms can take. Come on, Eustace, you can at least take something. Anything! Eustace, something in that magazine catch your eye. What is that? It's not the Imperial Chronicle. Look for yourself. Noble Alliance marches to victory. The glorious Noble Alliance, led by Duke Cayenne and Chief of Staff Rufus Albrea, continue their victorious streak. Their quest to carry the country to a new, brighter future feels all the more complete with each new success. And it should only be a matter of time before the foolish Imperial army is eradicated once and for all. Well, this is quite the article. It's also not what we read. Not exactly going for the unbiased approach, are they? Of course not. I imagine the Risers are just as much under the Alliance's thumb as those of the Imperial Chronicle. It's a different one. They're trying to manipulate public perception of the Alliance in preparation for their rule after the war is won. Both Duke Cayenne and my brother are thinking of not only how to win the war, but how to control Erebonia afterward. That's how far ahead they're able to think. Sorry, Eustace. This must be hard on you. Still, it doesn't mean we're going to lose out by not doing the same. Instead of focusing on the way things might be, we should focus on the here and now, what we can do to change things. If we do, I'm sure the future we want will fall into place. Wouldn't you agree? Well, I wouldn't disagree. So what is their thinking 3 moves ahead? That all falls apart if we do something to shake up their plans. And that's just what we'll do. We'll get to the future we want. I think you're capable of such positivity so soon. But I suppose you still have much more of a capacity for it than I do. I want you back to your usual self as soon as possible, Rean. We won't be able to secure this future of ours otherwise. I'll see what I can do. Their shopping complete, they lugged their purchases back to the Courageous, stored them in the ship's hold, and went back out into Roer. I'd love to get like a court staff, just something kind of shopping bonding thing. With level 4 of uses, anger and cover is obtained. You're right, Rean. All I can do is stay focused on the present and hope that everything will fall into place. But you should be sure to return to your normal self as soon as you can. We cannot advance together if either of us is unable to walk. That's a nice sentence, isn't it? The thing is, of course, I guess everyone's a bit with Rean because not only did Rean probably feel like he didn't save someone that he had a nice polite conversation with, that's the first... I know he didn't straight up murder and kill Vulcan, but he battled Vulcan. Vulcan knew that he'd end up dying from it. It was kind of like an involuntary manslaughter kind of murder thing. I don't know how you put it. He didn't want to kill Vulcan, but he was the one that laid the smack of down that ended up with Vulcan dying. It's kind of like your first kill in a weird way. Can't stop thinking about our field study here from early in the year. Sure, it was tough, but it was fun. And V was still alive. Yeah, even if we did think he died back in the mine. I guess news of V's actual death has probably reached Crow by now. I wonder how he's taken it. Sorry, it's probably super insensitive for me to bring it up. Just try and cheer up, okay? He's definitely worried about me. Maybe we should hang out for a while. See, everyone's just worried about my mental state. My factory's open again. Yeah! It's time to get back to making normal lamps, normal stoves, normal fridges, normal radios, normal everything! Ah, it's so good to have work. I mean, what's an engineer of our job? What about an orble? An orble bauble? Gotta go the wrong way. Woohoo! I'm working again! RF group related shares are back to normal again too! Yeah! I should go tell all our clients. Ah, what a day to be alive! Good day, welcome to the Rhineford Company's corporate headquarters. It feels so great to be back to work. It's been so long since I was actually able to do my job. But enough about me, feel free to go inside. With all you Force kids have done, you can come and go as you please. Hey, we can go into Rhineford. What can we explore in Rhineford? We can look at the cars again. Sir, the Orbital computer production line is completely unusable. They made such crazy modifications to it that I can't make heads or tails of the damn thing. Alright, I'll take care of this. You get to work on restoring the design data. Of course, sir. What's this? Mint safe after all. Phew, I was not hearing a peep from her after 2 months. I was really starting to fear the worst. I guess that military academy really toughened her up. I'm so proud. Ah, what fantastic news. Great to hear that she's doing well. Thanks, all of you. This is where she got her aptitude from, then. Now that we've finally got our home back, it's time to get everything back to the way it was. I'll get that day restored. You can count on it. It's free day. A free day in Roer. Welcome to Rhineford's corporate headquarters. Allow me to take this opportunity to personally thank you for liberating Roer. No thanks necessary. Honestly, that wasn't even our goal. We were just trying to save the chairman for Elisa's sake. We are glad we could do that, though. As are we. The chairman is hard at work rebuilding the group and trying to get it back to peak capacity as we speak. And once Rhineford returns to normal, Roer should follow. We cannot be more grateful for all you've done. I need to speak to Chairman Arena about making me a new sword, right? My department's back to work too. I'm so happy I could hug you. I'm trying to restrain myself, however. I've been dreaming of this moment for so long now. Time to get back to work. No more slacking. Master Rean Schwarzer of Force Military Academy, I presume. Lady Lisa is on the 24th floor at the moment. She's with Her Highness Princess Alphen at the moment. Will you be going to see them? How's the plan? Thanks for letting me know. You buy the Rhineford medal here. How humiliating. We were forced to follow the acting chairman's orders to the letter. As awful as that was, things got even worse when we ended up letting those arcades turn rampant in the building. We're in the middle of a complete revamp of our security protocols to make sure that this can never happen again. You're still making deals? An alarm started sounding right when I was about to close a huge deal yesterday. Really scared the life out of me. Looking around at how fired the staff got up today, I've got a feeling today's going to go really well. Hold on, you're one of the heroes who freed the city. What an honor to be able to meet you like this. Oh wow, this will be quite the story in my next business meeting. I didn't do anything at all. Really? No, I did everything. Honestly, your praise is probably better saved for Angelica. No, there's no way Roer would have been freed if not for the courageous. So on behalf of everyone here in Roer, allow me to thank you for your incredible work. Huh, thank you for the thanks, I guess. I'm just going to point out, couldn't, the courageous really have took Roer militarily on its own? Never allowed to use that elevator. It's got a big gun. A very big gun. We could have just shot Vulcan from up on high. Would have killed him anyway. But as we know, that doesn't really matter. Hello, Elisa. What are you up to, Elisa? I'm just checking out the rooms to make sure everything's in order. Sharon supposedly put everything back in order now that Director Logan has gone, but still, can't to double check, right? I'd hate it if he ran off with something valuable on his way out. Yeah, he seems like the kind of guy who develops sticky fingers. Do you want a hand or anything? I'm fine, thanks. I've got a pretty good idea of where everything was, so it shouldn't be too much of trouble. Mother's more than busy enough now, so I might as well just get it done. I feel like I should help her out anyway. Come on, Elisa, let's do stuff around here. Are you sure about doing this on your own? I mean, 2 people would be able to get the job done twice as fast, right? What are you planning, Schwarzer? Nothing at all, I swear. Just kidding. Of course, I'll take you up on that. I'm gonna give you a severe head patting. Take it. The 2 of them made their way around the Rhineford household, scouring each and every room for any signs of malfeasance or missing property. Fortunately, thanks to Sharon organising everything the night before, it didn't take them too long. Before they knew it, they only had 1 room remaining, the chairman's room. Well, I'm glad to see that at least the rooms aren't a complete mess that they were yesterday. Sharon's done a great job cleaning everything up. And it doesn't look like there's anything missing either. Well, that's good news. As much as I feel bad criticising Angelica's uncle, Heidel Rogner must be an absolute slob. You'd think as a noble he'd at least pay a little more mind to cleanliness. I feel sorry for his housekeeping staff. It's probably more than being a noble. He thought he could get away with never having to clean anything. Imprisoning your mother seemed to have inflated his ego. You're probably right. Suddenly having power over someone he was never able to stand against must have been a real treat. Either way, we're almost finished up here, so... What is it? I just noticed something stick out slightly from between 2 of these books. Huh. This is... It's a photograph of you as a little girl. And that looks like your mother, which would mean... Yeah, that's my father. Why is this hidden away on her desk, though? Maybe she pulled it out to look at every now and then while she was working but didn't want anyone to know. Honestly, I was surprised too, but here it is. I don't think there's any doubt that it's important to her. I guess you're right. Elisa put the photograph back where she found it, and the 2 of them finished checking the rest of the rooms. Once their work was done, they treated themselves to a well-deserved rest. Phew, that sure took a while, huh? I can only imagine how much of a task that would have been if you had to do it all by yourself. Truth be told, I probably would have given up part way in and just left the rest to Sharon. Thank you so much, Rean. For what? Helping out? Well, sure, but while finding that photo earlier, it must have been a coincidence. I doubt I would have looked around in Mother's room if you hadn't been there. If I hadn't, I never would have discovered that or realised that maybe, somewhere, deep down, she really does care. Well, I think you would have, even if not today. You'd realise it eventually. She's your mother, after all. The 2 of you will always have that connection as family, like it or not. I think the day will come when you 2 understand how much you care for each other, with or without a photo to show. I'd like to think so, at least. Talking with you like this reminds me of when we had our field study here. We had a little heart-to-heart about Mother back then, didn't we? In the same room? It was this room, actually. There's a lot I'm really thankful to you for, though. I wouldn't have been able to free Mother or the city on my own. And this is hardly the first time you've supported me or helped me accomplish something when I needed it most. So, for all the times I was too stubborn to say it, thank you, Rean. I hope I'll get the chance to repay you for this someday. For everything. Repay me? Well, anyway, thanks for all your help today. I'm gonna be going now. See you later. Oh, right. This is your house. Where are you going? I'm not sure what that was all about, but I guess I'd better get ready to head out too. Shouldn't I be the one leaving? Once thing gets too awkward. Think level 4 with her now. Auto-Falas. So that's auto-revive. I wonder what the proc chance of that is. We've got a notebook updated. Right, Princess Alphin is up in the higher floors here. I know there's not really going to be any treasure chests for me to pick up in any of these buildings. Sharon! You deserve nothing but the highest praise for the way you fought yesterday, Master Rean. Were it not for your assistance, I doubt I would have been able to even rescue the chairman, much less liberate Roer. You have my most heartfelt thanks. You say that like we would have been able to do either of those things without you. It's a team effort through and through. Besides, I'm the last person who deserves any praise. If I had just been a little stronger, V would still be alive. As much as I would like to, I'm afraid I have no right to attempt to comfort you. not after having done the things I have. Sharon, some might see your willingness to mourn the death of an enemy as a weakness, and understandably so. But I see it as just the opposite. I see it as a strength that you and your classmates possess. So I won't insult you by telling you it's wrong to feel the way you do. I'm positive that you'll find a way to come to terms with those feelings on your own. I'm here for you if you need me. Thank you, Sharon. I see you were able to spend some enjoyable one-on-one time with Lady Lisa. Your expression suggests you were merely a step away from taking your relationship to the next level, for that matter. She's unsettlingly perceptive. Wait, no, I wasn't! Where'd you get that from? There were no bases being reached. I was not rounding any bases. I just had a chat. I did not play Frisbee. Oh, something over there. There's a copy of a magazine called Cars Monthly. I think this is some sort of automotive magazine published abroad. They got a whole section here just related to car paint colours. This one could actually be kind of cool. Dark colouring. Last night I received an invitation to stay here. Still some time until we have to leave, so I think I'll spend some quality time curled up with these books instead. Sharon's coffee can't be beaten either. In fact, pulling myself away from here may prove to be a real struggle. Maybe I should join her for a while. She seems like she could use some company. What, for reading a book? I don't know. I guess this is my main way of getting like any relationship up with her though, in terms of link things. Not that she's been in combat since the intermission. And maybe for the future, if I'm building up stuff, you never know. I mean, who else have I got to speak to here? And I could do Elliot. I could do Macias. Oh, let's do Elliot and Macias to mix it up properly. I'm trying to spread the love. I can see how she can see it that way? How? What is this? If a boy and a girl spend their time alone in a room together, they're definitely going to be together, right? Is that how things work in a lot of people's minds? Well, if I walk up to a girl and I spend like 5 minutes alone next to her and I go, sup? And she goes, hi, you're weird. We're going to get together, yeah? I know that's not what happened, but still. I'm proud of Marcus Rogner for knowing when to stand down. He recognised his defeat honourably and swore to her highness that he would take no further part in the war. That's how a real man should behave. It makes me as proud as ever to be a citizen of Roer to see him do that. Indeed. I mean, at least it's always felt way too close, mind you. She's always looking for an inn, but whenever she finds an inn, she retreats drastically. That's how it looks to me with Elisa. I hear Chairman Arena has been restored to her position, and Heidel Logner is taking a leave of absence from his. All of which is a massive relief to me. The RF group returns to its former glory, our customers should come back. I just hope the war doesn't drag on for too much longer. I'm so very tired of it. So very tired of war. What's going on over here? This man and a woman are in a room together! Anton has obviously got with her! Not like that. This maid insists that I try listening to the radio. While I hate to turn her down, I'm really not in the mood for it right now. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you an important news bulletin. We have just received word that an airliner has been hijacked. Yeah, this isn't exactly cheering me up either. Memories of a day used to be. I don't have time for this. I need to go find Ricky. She says listening to this will help cheer me up, but I'm just not feeling it. Anton. See, look, Anton's with a girl, and now he doesn't want to be anywhere near her. Listening to the radio with loads of fun. Here, I'll put on one of my favourite stations. She'll be jumping around with joy in no time. Well, okay. This guy still seems really bummed. One of my favourite radio show for him, though, so hopefully that'll cheer him up. Right then. So, I see you're raging over there about how if a young boy and a young girl, like kids thing, the parents say they must like each other. They don't even understand the concept of like outside of friendship. There's no biological imperative. Did you hear? Chairman Arena's back to work. What fantastic news. This means the second factory will be resuming operations too. I need to go back to the office and get my supporters in gear right away. In fact, I'd say a small child, as in a boy and a girl together, being like you know, told like by their parents they must like each other, they must get together in the future or stuff like that. That's kind of weird. That's very creepy. Whereas like the actual friendship that is born there is like the purest friendship you could have. And adults always want to corrupt that. Looks like we're going to be able to start getting bigger orders of the products in our lineup again. I couldn't be happier. Hopefully a little extra commerce helps Roer get a bit of its old lifeblood back. Right, we've already customized all our weapons, so we don't need to... Oh, maybe we didn't. I didn't customize a logical shaft? Which weapon's this? Elliot's. Well, probably get another stage of weaponry now, so we've only got 3 new materials as well. I need to get more. Right, Macius is over here. He's looking at the Roer Technical Institute. Talking, heavy discussion. Marquis Rogner withdrawing from the Alliance means that Roer is neutral now, right? That's great news. We don't need to worry about being attacked or any of that stuff now. Now I can devote myself wholeheartedly to my studies, thank goodness. I remember many countries in the past that were like, we're neutral, we don't have to worry about getting attacked or anything. This is great. Phew, finally done. I don't want to see another account for a long, long time. After what happened, the Institute's going to be making an effort to distance itself from the Alliance, at least for now. Which means that things should finally be able to get back to normal here. That's music to my ears. I'm just going to point out that Roer is neutral. Obviously, I'm going to try and get them to make me a sword. Surely. Which makes them not neutral, because they're supporting the neutral faction that isn't neutral. Want something now? Nah, you should be in the building. Oh, I'd really rather not see him, but I've got to do what I've got to do, I guess. Don't try and arrange a meeting. Knowing him, he's going to be exactly the same as I remember. Whoever he's here to see doesn't sound too happy about it. You mean the guy that everyone hates, and this lady hates especially? It's such a relief to know this province is now neutral in the war. What our students need is an open, free environment that fosters their creativity, not lots of military funding. Obviously. I hope he didn't go too far. More than anything, though, I just hope he hasn't gotten himself into trouble. Wasn't he the person we helped during our field study here? He seems worried about something, but I don't know if I'd be able to help him all by myself. I'll come back with the others and ask him what he's up to when I can. It's going to be a quest here. What? The Alliance has withdrawn from Roer? You're serious? Serious? Yeah! Life is good. Life is so damn good. Someone's happy. I'm going to point out, that's the second person we found with, like, text that probably hints at there being something like a quest going on, so it's him and Jackass. Woo, yay! Hooray for sweet, sweet freedom! Thank you, goddess. Now we don't have to worry about the Alliance anymore. Indeed. I know that neutral can encompass a little bit more, but still. We haven't made a declaration of war, so therefore we're neutral. I'll be taking a look around the Roer Institute of Technology soon. It's apparently the premier technical university in the country, so I think any time I spend there will be to my benefit. I would imagine so. We did go inside during our field study, but that was just for Professor Schmidt's request, so we didn't explore much. Still, it's very you to make a break for the nearest school when we finally get a little time to rest. Well, if there's something I can only see while we're here, why wouldn't I? Maybe you should do the same. No better way to lift your spirits than to get your mind off what's getting them down. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. Maybe he's right. Checking out the Institute probably would cheer me up. And so we go. More bonding. Yeah, I think you're onto something here. Would it be okay if I tagged along? Of course. I'm hoping you would. Shall we? Whoa! What was that? We've seen it before. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, I recognize you two. You guys came in for a field study one time with your other classmates, right? Hit that nail on the head, but mind explaining what those 2 tiny cars are? Actually, I think I remember seeing them during our field study too. These babies, they're a new kind of toy that we're developing. We're calling them Orbital remote-controlled cars. They're basically little cars that run on orbital power that you can drive around with these radio frequency control devices. With things selling down here in Roer, we also test our new and improved ones all around the town. That's some impressive technology. You've replicated the look of the Reinford Company's looks line of vehicles very well too. Oh, do you recognise the Macius? With the number of cars on the roads of Heimdall, you start to recognise different models after a while. So I eventually decided to start doing some research into what each one had to offer. Luxury research was one of the ones that I found myself particularly fond of, so its name stuck in my mind. Now there's a man with taste! If you can appreciate the beauty of these little babies, you're going to go far in life. Actually, you're just the kind of guy who would like to give this thing a little test run. Are you serious? As serious as we've ever been, we'd want as many people playing with these things as possible, right? Oh, actually, it'd be great if you could grab another friend too. 3 people racing against each other would just be awesome. It would also provide us with some invaluable data. You're gonna get useless, right? Well, in that case, we'd be happy to play with your cars for you. And I already know who our third will be, though I'd hardly call him a friend. Wait, you're not thinking of... because he wants to compete. A rival. Yep, he was. All the things you could sub me out of the blue for. A toy car race. Useless, you're going to be into this. I know you are. Still, not as though I have anything better to do. I accept your challenge. Smile while you still can. I expect you to give this to your all too, Rean. Okay, if you insist. Well, now you know the controls. The course will take you from here, around the front of the RF building, and to the top of the steps over near F. You're going to have to chase after your cars, though, since the orbital waves have a limited range. Well then, shall we get started? Take your positions. Ready, set, go! Just pick up your car and run. Their cars left the starting line, and the race of the century began. The 3 of them chased furiously after their cars, struggling to adjust the unfamiliar controls. As they finally neared the finishing line, Eustace and Mackius hit their competitive peak, each one desperate to claim victory. Get the hell out of my way! Kneel before me, fool. Guys, calm down a bit, or you're gonna... Oh. What? Impossible! We have our winner! In first place, Rean Schwarzer. Seriously? It was a neck-and-neck race, but once they crashed their cars, Eustace and Mackius didn't stand a chance. Looks like you got a bit carried away at the wheel there, fellas. Oh, that was careless of me. This is completely ridiculous. Well, we got some fantastic data thanks to you 3. We'll have to get this back to the lab and start brainstorming improvements right away. Great work, you guys. Thanks. Need like a roll bar or something. Not roll bar for rolling over. You need like a bumper, basically sticking out for people like them. The race complete, Eustace went back to whatever he was doing, and the researchers skipped off gleefully to the Institute. Phew, didn't expect that would end up being such a big thing. I'm a little frustrated that I didn't manage to come in first. But if the whole thing cheered you up, I say it was well worth doing. Thanks, Mackius. That means a lot. Hey, no need to make a big deal out of it. On a more pragmatic note, I can't see something like toy cars becoming very successful during wartime. Just another reason for us to fight for peace, I suppose. Yeah, that's a fight I'm sure we'll win. Besides, if these things ever make it to market, we can have another race. Sounds good to me. Next time I'm taking Eustace down. I really hope they do have another race sometime in the series. Didn't get him to Link level 4 though. Those remote control cars are fascinating little toys, aren't they? If they hit the market, I'll be the first in line, even if I have to sleep out in front of the store to do it. And on that day, I'll challenge you to another race and I'll win. If you can. It was back the way it was. This is for the best. I was hoping this day would come, but man, that's not how I figured Nornia's involvement in the war would end. Lady Angelica never ceases to amaze. You could look all over Zamuri, you'd never find another noble quite like her. Well, I've been transported over here now, which isn't actually bad when you think about it, because that's like buildings I haven't been to yet. So let's go in dining bar F. I should like phone up like Nihon Falcom and go, can I use this as an intro for all my videos, please? This song. Great, thanks, cheers. I'll buy the license. Marquis Welkner withdrew from the Alliance. It's good news. Now I can focus on my work without worrying about war on my doorstep. I've got a lot to prepare with the end of the school year around the corner. Along with 2 students who are dangerously low on credits. No, I can't use it on like videos as intros. Only on Trails of Cold Steel could I use it, or Nihon Falcom games, but not on any other games. That's against their rules. Any other games. You can use it as an advert. You can use it on an advert for like your political campaign or something weird like that for actual real life, but not on other games, or not as part of fronting other games, or with other game footage. Sounds like you had quite the ordeal over the chores trash bear. It's over now though, which means you've got some time to relax a little. And you know what'll help you relax? A cocktail. Yeah, I'll teach you. Don't worry, it's non-alcoholic. I got Sweet Blue as Trickster came in as well. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You see the recipe for Sweet Blue? Give me the goods. I can cook some more foods.
I've missed something. What have I missed? I'm worrying. Hey, you've been keeping busy. I also hear that there was a fatality during the recent battle. Feel free to take the time to rest and unwind. Okay. Hello. What happened to the short-stretched barrier is the talk of the town. It's hard to believe that Ash-Colored Knight really exists, though. I've heard all the stories about the great knights ending conflicts. Maybe this means they're not just stories after all. Don't worry, we've still got Becky. Becky might have it for me. This is where we've got to believe. We believe in Becky. I mean, I believe in Becca, so I can believe in Becky too. The timing was not intentional. Hey, it works out, right? Well, now that Mint's back with us, all we need to worry about is you and Makarov. As I've explained to you numerous times, Makarov and I are certainly friends, but I'm afraid we don't have the sort of relationship you seem to think we do. Ah, have you got a problem with my baby brother? What's your deal? That's not what I'm saying! Oh god. Well, the sounds of things, you all just fought wonderfully yesterday. It was quite a shock when I heard the particulars of what happened, but I'm glad you're all safe. Us too. Thank you, instructor. Are you sure you don't want to come with us? You wouldn't be the first instructor to come on board the Courageous, and we'd be more than happy to have you. I'm certain that if I were to join you on the ship, I would only be a burden. That's due in no small part to my family potentially objecting to my presence there and causing trouble for everyone. As inactive as it sounds, I think the best thing I can do for you is to stay here and pray for your safety and success. Well, if you're sure, we'll try not to let you down. I'd like to imagine that Roer will be safe for the time being, but take care all the same. The same to all of you. May Adios watch over you all. What have they been? Is that some kind of like fruit salad? I worry because it was purple smoke before, whatever they were cooking. I will stay here and pray for your continued safety and success. As soon as you succeed in liberating the academy, however, I'll be right there. Sure, he's a little clumsy, and maybe he's sort of unkempt and prone to getting lost all the time, but he's my family. So if you've got any issues with him, just tell me and I'll fill them in his place. Okay, go on, lay it on me. She's been acting like this for a whole month now, and I think my daily stomach pains have something to do with her cooking. Yes. Very yes. I'm so glad Mum and Instructor Mary are alright. Thanks for the whole liberating Roer thing, Rean. Seriously, I really mean it. I can't thank you and your classmates enough. It's not like you didn't play a part in it or anything. Liberating Roer is just one step on our path to liberating the academy. We'll all be counting on you. I won't let you down. Plus, I want to get back on the Courageous so I don't get poisoned by my mum. My stomach's currently being courageous, but I need to be back on the Courageous. They say the modernization of Roer was really dependent on 3 people. The first, the former Rhineford chairman, Gwyn Rhineford. Second, President Schmidt of the Roer Institute of Technology. The third isn't nearly as well as known, but it's the genius artisan Jackass. They're all amazing, but they apparently don't get along too well, or very well, so you won't see them working together very often. Same too, imagine what sort of incredible things they could make if they all work together. It's... oh, I actually even talked to these guys. Oh, I'm working it. Oh no, I've talked to you. But I haven't talked to you. You're bringing music everywhere, aren't you? This town may be made of steel, but its people are not. To see them finally understanding each other moves me to tears. So proud of all of you. Do you hope to become preachers of love as well? Alright, let's speak to the Angelica fan club. Just like I thought, everything was sorted out. Lady Angelica tells us that she's going to be leaving us. I hope she's not planning to flirt with any girls elsewhere in the country. She's such a playgirl. She has us, so why would she ever need anyone else? I was about to ask a question, but I know the answer's yes. Lady Angelica was here this morning and struck both of us on the head. Scandal! She did tell us she'd be leaving with the other students from her academy while she was doing that, though. I didn't think our sweet time together would be so brief. That's like, did she put rubber gloves on to make sure you didn't have babies? I've been told that Sister Quell was transferred elsewhere. I'm so sad she had to leave us. I hope I can see her again some days. I'm sure that's in the Trails universe, how people have children. It's gotta be. At least in Cold Steel, anyway. Now that the Marquise has changed his position on the war, peace has finally returned to the city. It seems this was what most of the soldiers wanted all along, deep down. Conflicts are incredibly tragic for everyone involved, even more so when they're between family members. Welcome to Roer Cathedral. I've heard one of the terrace was called to the goddess aside during the battle of the Schwarzstraße barrier. I know I can't say Dlash properly. It's like Dlesh or something, isn't it?
Though we may have strayed from the right path, each lost light still makes the world a dimmer place. I pray that he might find peace in his final rest. Thank you. Alright then, let's actually go over here now. See if these guards love Angelica. We're no longer part of the Noble Alliance, nor will we play any further part in the war. We will not, however, permit anyone to threaten the safety of this province. Our pride is still intact. Suspicious persons will be arrested on sight. Do not push your luck. I'm very suspicious. Pat him on the head. The Marquis is currently resting in his mansion. To be perfectly honest, I'm relieved that things ended this way. We all care about both his lordship and Lady Angelica. We wouldn't want anything to happen to either one of them. No, we would not. Right then, that's, I think, everyone talked to. I've been in every building. I've talked to every person. Apart from... because she's on a different floor. I haven't talked to, Elisa's mother. There's actually someone over there. Oh yeah, Celine! Celine! I nearly forgot about you, Celine. I haven't talked to Fee, but Fee's on my way out. Hey, Celine. What brought you here? My desire for privacy and quiet. Have you even tried taking a nap on the Courageous? Looking at you, you definitely haven't. You look like someone the cat dragged in, and that's being generous. I've been better, yeah. Normally I just tell you to forget about what's already happened, but I see we're beyond that point, so try not to let it shake you too much. Depression isn't exactly going to be our ally in the days to come. Don't let it take over you, okay? Man, I must look really bad if even you're trying to cheer me up. Don't get the wrong idea here. I just don't want you to take your mopiness into battle with you and get both of us killed. I'm worried about me, alright? I got it. Hurry up and get over it, okay? It's not like being depressed will fix anything. That sentence. Where am I going to? Nope. Correct. I got the correct side right. Excellent. Sharon's still not complaining, so we're going to have a lovely thing with Elliot. Let's hang out with Elliot about V's death. He's worried about me, so maybe he'll play some music for me. I've got a great idea for something we can do together. Is it play music, Elliot? Come with me, Rean. What's going on now? We'll find out soon enough. Let's go. Elliot dragged Rean into the Rhineford building. And after he bought a few things, Elliot dragged him right back out again. This sort of looks like the same kind of audible guitar used back at the festival. That's because it is. Both that and the keyboard were made by the Rhineford company. They're display models, but they said we could use them since playing them right out here would make for good advertising. Should be all tuned up now. I've already got permission to, so shall we get started? Get started? Wait, you don't mean... I sure do. Let's play some music. Just you and me, putting on a concert in the middle of the streets. Despite the sudden start, the two play with gusto. They're focused entirely on both their instruments and the performance of the main theme tune by the sound of it. A surprising number of Ruer's residents has stopped to listen and clap for them too. All in all, it was a success until Mr. Violin came down and smacked me over the head with it. You're taking my job! Phew, that was something. Impressive work, Rean. We were out singing a few spots and we missed a note or two here and there, but it was fun, wasn't it? It was for me, at least. Yeah, it was fun. It's good to show that music doesn't stop at giving strength to the listeners. The performers get some too, I guess. I was every bit as happy there as I was when we performed at the festival. I'm a little biased, but I'd say playing yourself was even more fun than listening, to be honest. That's probably one of the reasons I just can't seem to give music up. Thanks for inviting me to join you, Elliot. It's definitely helped cheer me up. You're very welcome. We'll have to do this again sometime if we can. With some time to practice, hopefully. Not just us either, the whole class, just like back at the festival. That sounds great. I hope we get another chance to do something like that. A street concert complete. Rean and Elliot went back to Rhineford HQ to return their instruments with smiles of elation on their faces. Your bond with Elliot has strengthened. Link level 4 with art support and cover. Man, that was so much fun. Performing outdoors like that felt great. We got to do some big outdoor concert with the others someday. Maybe actually practice for that one? Maybe, Elliot. Music, music, music. I'm Elliot and I like music. Music, music, music. I mean, if you love it, you love it. And you want to do what you love, do it. Now, is there someone we didn't speak to over here? Oh, no, it's guys. We talked to first of all and then completely ignored. So I think we checked out everywhere apart from our leaving location. So let's drop a save. We got a new recipe, a new color for our bike, a new chapter of Gambler Jack, and I think that was it. Not bad, haul. We're waiting for it for a bit. Oh, wow, and the paper. Got the paper too. But we got a recipe missing. We're missing recipes and fish. We are indeed. But I think I know where the fish are, he says, having actually rolled back a save just to see if it was the location that I hadn't actually checked, and they are. Good day to you. You must be one of the 4 students. Looks like I could always get him in your mirror anyway. After all you've done for our city, you're more than welcome here any time. Why, thank you. Any treasure chests here? If he's all the way over there, the courageous all the way over there. Who's down here? There was someone down here, yeah? Yeah. Oh, your feet. Heading back to the ship, Rean? Nah, not yet. I'm just wondering and trying to figure out what to do. No, I'm heading back to the ship. If I really can't think of anything, I'll probably go check in on Valimar and the days around inside. I'm exhausted after everything that went down yesterday. Me too. It's hard to get what happened to V out of my head. He might have been our enemy, but he gave his condolences for our boss's death back at the mines. It was hard to hate him. He did, didn't he? I almost forgot. I guess it makes sense that I'm not the only one who feels down after all that. Yes. After all, he was upset that his Jaeger squad got destroyed, which is essentially what happened to Fee. Well, disbanded. Leader left. So she would have had actually probably a lot to say on the issue. Sounds like it could have been a good support. Support? Damn it! It's bleeding. How's it going? Just leave the courageous maintenance to me. I've been watching the ship since she was a few lines on paper. She's like a child to me now. Time to get her cleaner than she's ever been since she first took flight. The ship's sure running late. Maybe it has to take a detour to avoid a battle or something. I mean, that'd explain it. No sense in risking your passengers' lives by flying over a heated war zone. Indeed. I don't know how the anti-air cannons of this country are. I mean, the ones that were pointed towards Crossbell looked like they could do the job. But they no longer exist, do they? Should I go and check on Valimar on the hold? If I do, I probably won't have the time to do anything else out here. It looks like the maintenance is nearly finished. Then the creators will cause the main story to advance. Any unseen bonding events will no longer be available. I wish I could see them all, but I can't. So that's bored. Oh, I forgot about that.
You go. Here's a bonus from the academy.
Oh, domination? We recruited Angelica and got domination. Who'd have guessed?
Well done.
Fingers crossed.
I'm so proud of you, Rean.
One for each cheek.
Greetings, my leader.
How are you feeling, Valimar? The battle yesterday must have been pretty hard on you.
I am fine. The damage to my armor and lost mod have largely recovered. I expect to be in peak condition before our next battle.
That's good to hear. Just listening to you talk, you really have changed since we first met. You seem to be talking a little more like a human now.
Is that so? That would suggest that my memory is slowly recovering.
What's that now?
The part of me in which memories are stored appears to be damaged. I have very few memories of the past, such as why I was sealed within the old schoolhouse to begin with. This includes my memories of language. Thus far, I have had to rely on the preset bare minimum of speech functionality. However, thanks in great part to your assistance, my speech functionality is slowly beginning to restore itself.
Does that mean that your memories of the past are starting to return too?
It is an indistinct memory, as if clouded by white noise. I seem to recall someone burdened by a great sadness, much like yourself.
That obvious, huh? I look that burdened to you? Someone died right before my eyes, and I was powerless to stop them. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that I might have been able to stop it from happening. And that regret's like a thorn stabbing into my heart. Was the person in your memory able to move past their burdens?
I am unable to find any memories that answer that question. However, I believe that your sense of regret is an entirely natural process for humans. Is that not the case?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Give thought to what you would do differently if confronted by the same situation again. If I can aid you, I shall.
Yeah, you're right. I can't undo the past, but I can at least make sure I don't make the same mistake a second time. Perhaps considering how to do that is the best thing that I can do right now. Thanks, Valimar. I feel a little better after talking to you.
Then all is well. I am afraid I must return to sleep. Should you require my aid again, you need only to call my name.
I need to keep on getting stronger. Strong enough that I can protect the people around me. The ship's maintenance is probably almost done now. Maybe I should take a nap or something while I wait for the others to get here? Yes, this is Rean speaking.
Hey there, Rean. George here. Do you have a minute?
George, is something wrong?
Well, I'm over at the Roer Institute of Technology at the moment, and an acquaintance of mine here has a pretty interesting proposal regarding your Divine Knight. How soon do you think you can come over?
A proposal? Who is this acquaintance of yours?
Well, it's the Institute's president, actually. Professor Schmidt, the Empire's foremost orbital researcher.
My name's G. Schmidt. I serve as his institute's president. I certainly wasn't expecting the pilot of the Ashen Knight to be only a boy. The Alliance ought to be damn near ashamed of themselves they keep losing a snot-nosed brat like you. I don't think that's any way to talk to a person you only just met. Besides, he happens to be one of the students who helped you get that minor medal early in the year. And one of the students put out that request without any input from me. You should be kissing my boots for having the honor of assisting with my research, however indirect it was. Something never changed. Putting that aside, is it true? Were you the one responsible for developing the Panzer Soldats? It is. Duke Kyan made the request and I agreed to it. I used the ancient robot Ordine and the Society's archaisms as a reference point. I then designed a frame that could be mass-produced even with the Rhineford Company's technological capabilities. Afterwards, I drew up plans for several models and oversaw the completion of a Draken prototype a few months back. Why do you ask? Do you have any idea what you've done? You're wasting your time, Rean. He develops whatever catches his interest, loses himself in it until he's done, and to hell with the consequences. The railway guns in Corellia Fortress and the orbital wave jamming device in Nord were both designed by him too. Unbelievable. Bah, an engineer who doesn't strive to satisfy his intellectual curiosity is a sad side of an engineer. We just design things. It's up to their users to decide what to do with them. Do you get it now? It was because I couldn't cope with this part of him that I ended up going to the academy over here. Yeah, I totally get it, unfortunately. Alright, what made you come visit the professor to begin with? Ah, of course, that was what I called you here for. I was hoping I might be able to get some kind of advice or pointers from him. You know, about getting a new weapon for Valimar. Oh.
And if I might be so bold as to offer a word of advice, get Valimar a better sword, one like yours. If you think you're such hot stuff you can beat me without your 8 leaves training, you're in for a world of hurt.
Correct choice of armaments is indeed paramount. Selecting one the Awakener is well suited to will increase combat efficiency exponentially.
George told me about what you're after. He said you want a weapon capable of fighting on equal terms with the Ashen Knight. We might have gone our separate ways, but you're still a former student of mine. I'm open to the possibility of designing something for you. Really? You'd make a weapon for Valimar? I said I'd be open to the possibility. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. If you want my help, I have one condition. Zemurian ore. Ring any bells for you, Rean? I think so. You used that to make weapons for us before, didn't you, George? Ah, you know of it. Saves me the effort of explaining them. It's an extremely rare ore found here in Zemuria. It's an astoundingly strong material that possesses a mysterious radiance within it. And what's more, as I learned while developing the soldats, the frames of the Divine Knights are made up of that very ore. Your Ashen Knight included. I had no idea. The double saber Ording uses appears to be made of it too, which, as I'm sure you figured out, means if you're ever going to compete against Crow, you're going to need a Tachi made of Zemurian ore too. To make one, however, you're going to need vast quantities of ore. Yet it was only recently discovered how to refine the ore at all. Processing it will be immensely difficult. But bring me the materials and I'll be willing to assist you. The concept of a weapon that can compete against Divine Knights is of great interest to me. Even when you're helping people, it's only to help yourself. It'd be nice if you were doing it to atone for developing the soldats, but I can't picture those words coming out of your mouth. The very thought makes me ill. Bear in mind, Zemurian ore is an incredibly rare material. I doubt you'll find enough of it to get the job done. Still, should you pull it off, I'll design you the finest Tachi you'll have ever laid eyes on. On my name as an engineer, I can promise you that. Thank you, Professor. This will be a great help to us. Rare or not, we're going to find all the Zemurian ore we can to make this work. I'll keep my expectations low. The advice Rean received on forging a new weapon for Valimar came from a surprising source, but they could not have asked for better. After politely excusing themselves, Rean and George left the Institute to reunite with the rest of the crew. And once the maintenance was declared complete, they boarded the Courageous and departed from Roer. That's a lot of ore, and I'd rather make it for weapons for me, surely. And so a new day rolls on. It's 2 days till Christmas! I have to tell you, I'm impressed. I was expecting this beauty of a ship to be on the feisty side, but she's a real sweet girl. Cutting through the clouds like this feels wonderful. I can get used to this. Wow, I can't believe how quickly you've gotten the hang of it, Angie. Neither can I, but I think it's obvious who's more qualified to sit here between the two of us. This job's all yours now. Why, thank you. You took Alan's job! Why? I hereby accept the positions of Chief Helmsman and Courageous's second in command. She really is amazing. There's no one out there who can tame a vehicle as fast as Angie. We're not going to have to worry about a thing with her around. Moving right along, the good news is that we are able to liberate Roer. I don't think any of us could have predicted how much the war situation would change in the process. Marquis Rogner and his provincial army's withdrawal from the conflict will have a profound effect going forward. Losing one of their key members is bound to be a painful loss to the Alliance. For one thing, it should make things easier for Lieutenant General Vander and the 3rd Armoured Division. Their greatest concern for now was the naughtier provincial army, after all. The Alliance's overwhelming supremacy is finally starting to sway. Only in East Erebonia, though. They still come out on top in the west. Right, Prince Oliver said as much too. General Le Guin and Brigadier General Bardius are out there and claiming one victory after another. And then there's your brother, Eustace. He's a brilliant leader and it shows. I see. Be that as it may, all we can do is focus our efforts on the Eastern Front for now. That's what we were entrusted with, and fretting over things we can't change won't do us any good, right? Let's put it into perspective, yes. We've got our hands full over here as it is, so let's make every moment count. Time to get back to gathering all the info we can. Speaking of, mind giving us an update on the situation with Valimar's weaponry? Alright, how could we forget? Professor Schmidt agreed to cooperate with us, didn't he? Cooperate is a strong word, Lisa. He only cares about what interests him. That ends up benefiting us is purely secondary.
I remember, he's only going to help if we happen to find enough submarine ore to make the weapon. How we're going to get stuff that rare is beyond me, though. You said that Valimar himself was made of that ore, did you not? You wouldn't happen to have any ideas, would you, Emma? I'm afraid the Hexen clan knows very little concerning the creation of the Divine Knights. Some legends passed down for the clans said they were made during the time of the Great Collapse. Specifically, they were forged by artisans who called themselves gnomes. That's an interesting name. I know the term from old stories, much like anyone else, but I had no idea a band of artisans by the name existed. Supposedly, they once worked closely with the clan's ancestors, but somewhere down the line, the witches and the gnomes ended up parting ways. Couldn't tell you exactly when. How curious. Maybe so, but none of that's going to help us find any ore. Our chances of finding enough were pretty slim to begin with. I know where you can get enough, but only if you're willing to overcome some very difficult trials to obtain it. Yeah, I know too. You do? Really? What do I have to gain by lying? You're aware of those strange ruins scattered all over the country, right? Oh yeah, where the higher elements were active. Those are the ones. They're called spirit shrines. They were built on top of septium veins long ago by the gnomes to encourage the formation of massive submarine ore crystals. Those crystals were in turn used to create the Divine Knights. So if there's any place in Erebonia to start looking for the vast amount you need, it's there. I had no idea. Come on. Why didn't you tell us this before now? Am I supposed to be a mind reader? It wasn't exactly relevant until now, so why bring it up? Because we could have made ultimate weaponry? No need to bite our heads off. Hey, she told us now, right? All we gotta do is go by one of those shrines and we'll be rolling in ore. Let's hope so. Got a lot on our plate checking up on the country, but exploring a shrine's been our best lead yet. No matter how difficult it might be, a little thing like a trial isn't gonna scare us away, right? Right. With the discussion coming to an end, their destination had been decided. Before departing, however, Class 7 thought it best to check if there were any new requests from Prince Olivert. And their timing turned out to be quite apt, as he had very recently sent several their way. All optionals. Conair? You mean Conair, the movie? I mean, cruising for a bruising. Conair. I'm gonna get Nicolas Cage up in here. So here's the deal. An airliner got hijacked mid-trip and went missing. Oh, you mean the one we heard on the radio? We managed to track it to the Isengard range. Right now, the hostages are all still inside. So we're going to rescue them. It's going to be tough given that the hijackers are armed, but that's where you and the Courageous come in. So we can give you the specifics on how to reach us, but we'll be waiting in the Isengard range. See you there. Klein and Hibel. We've got the suite of challenges from client Blue Blanc. Dearest ladies and gentlemen, I have taken the liberty of calling upon you for the request of my own, unbeknownst to my worthy rival. I have left a letter in the location indicated by the Blue Cross. I think you'll find it well worth your while to read it. What Blue Cross? Indicated by the Blue Cross? Is it here? Did he input it to the machine directly? Kreutzen Verbusen. Imagine Eustace Albrecht weeping for the safety of his province's people as they're chased through the streets by a ravaging monster. Surely you would not let such a dire scene come to pass, would you? The battle is set and the North Kreutzen Highway awaits. So we got a monster with a beard on. North Kreutzen Highway. If it's not just like a normal, like, guy with a massive beard, I'll be disappointed. This one's from Klein. I'm happy to see that Hibel's with him too. Not so happy about the airliner going missing though. Doesn't seem like something we can afford to ignore, dangerous as it sounds. But look at this one. Phantom Thief B. What's this about reading a letter? As if we have the time to be concerning ourselves with his pathetic antics. Oh, I know what you mean really, but ignoring it might be even worse. Yep, we've got our work cut out for us. Hey Rean, I want to help look out for everyone. Let me come with you, okay? Of course, V, you're always welcome. I think Celia and I should come with you when you're exploring the shrine too. I was about to say the same thing. And make sure you're ready before you go. I wasn't kidding when I said the trials were difficult. It's temporarily not possible to remove Fee from the party. Not that we actually mind that. So now Elliot's fallen behind, Milliam, and Gaius and Macius. Do we go with a lower level party and try to build them up again? It's always the case of keep hopping up and down on levels at this point. But either way, we want to actually just go anywhere we can. and work on some other things. Wait, have you got a quest for us? Rean, did you see the request from Klein and Bell? Yeah, it sounds like they've really run into something pretty serious. You read the details too, right? About an airliner being hijacked and the passengers being taken hostage. Yeah, this would usually be a matter for one of the armies, but with the more going on, they can't spare the manpower. That's when the two of them decided to step in and take matters into their own hand. And if we can, we'll be sure to go and help them out too. Where do you say they were currently waiting? The Isengard range, right? Right, apparently the hijacked airliner is being kept somewhere near there. I know their exact coordinates too, so just let me know when you're ready to go. We'll get you right there. Getting Angie back in perfect health is such a big worry off my mind. I just want to see Crow again. Well, I did kind of see him when you were on the Panther Group, but we didn't get the chance to talk or anything. Sorry about that. Valimar and I won't rest until we make that happen though. I promise you, we will bring him back. It just might take some time. I can't wait. Until you do, I'll try to be the best captain I possibly can.